kind of told me an idea of an end for Max. That's really cool. That was a better idea than what I had. So that's why he's writing the show and I'm acting.
I know that it was recently announced that the show is going to end after season 5. I mean, what will you miss the most about this show and playing Max?
My goodness. You know, I like that the show makes me think. I mean, David Schulner and Erika Green and all of our great writers, they're always pulling real life stories in. And I mean, David Foster wrote an episode about Max renting an apartment for this guy who was homeless, who didn't have a home. And that was a cool storyline. That was based on something that David did in life. He used to be a physician before he was a writer for our show. And so I love that, you know, our writers are always pulling from real life and making us think and making us question healthcare and, you know, our society's institutions and how best to help each other and all those things. That's my favorite part of the show, for sure.
Yeah. Is there one thing that you're going to have to take from set on that final day?
It's a good question. Yeah, I have to figure out what that is.
Okay.
Someone asked me that recently and I had to think about, I mean, I've definitely, you know, like kind of once a season, I'll take like a piece of clothing, a piece of Max's, like, you know, I'll have some new coat that I wear or shoes or something that I wore all that season that I've grown familiar with, and then I'll sneak home. Tina, our amazing wardrobe designer, will give me that as a wrap gift, which is kind. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta take like a piece of that set, a chunk of something, maybe a piece from Max's desk or something. I don't know. I gotta figure that out.
Yeah. I mean, if you were writing the ending for Max, what would it be?
Oh man, that's tough. I was kind of brainstorming a couple of thoughts on that and what might be the best ending for him. And does he stay? Does he go? Is he in London? Is he in New York? Does he, you know, what is in the future for him? And I will confess, without saying what David said, he kind of told me an idea of an end for Max. That's really cool. That was a better idea than what I had. So that's why he's writing the show and I'm acting it.
I mean, as an actor, you know, I mean, I'm sure actors dream about getting, you know, 5 seasons of a show and being tied to this character for so long. I mean, is that something that like you're going, like, I mean, I'm sure Max has become a part of you. Is it going to be really difficult to kind of say goodbye and separate yourself from that character? Or is that easy for you?
Yeah, well, both. I think it's, you know, it's hard in the sense that like you know, we shoot 9 out of 12 months, 22 episodes. So it's a lot of work for everybody, certainly not just for me. You know, our writers, our editors, our crew, our cast. And so, you know, suddenly being without that structure of my time and my days being spent on the New Amsterdam set all the time, that will be a really interesting change of pace. And but then, you know, the easy part, or I should say the exciting part, is that, you know, you get to open yourself up to tell other stories and find new roles, and you do get to say like, okay, wow, I have this time now. What do I do with it? You know,
right.
So.
Yeah. And, you know, like you said, you know, 22 episodes, 4 seasons, you know, so many episodes. You guys have done so many episodes. I think it's going to be almost 100 by the time you wrap up. But looking back, do you have a favorite? Is it possible to pick one?
It's tough to say. I mean, I have favorite scenes and moments like, I've referenced before, I really like an episode that Erika Green wrote in season 1. I think it was our 5th episode. And it was about the same bullet that hit 2 kids and how, you know, how that was going to play out for 2 different families, 2 lives, and how things can go well and how they can go poorly. And it had to do with a lot of topical issues like race and policing and gun safety and all these different things. And I just thought, you know, it really thread the needle of that theme of really beyond any political stance, finding the humanity, the heart that we can all connect to and all relate to as people. And so I really like that episode. But there's many episodes when you know, like any show, we don't always get it right. There's episodes or storylines that, you know, are don't land or we didn't execute quite right. But sometimes it's about these really macro issues told on a very individual, personal level. And when we do that, I think they're really great stories that come from that.
Who's the star of the New Amsterdam group chat?
Oh God, that's a tough question. That would probably be Jocko, I would say, because Jocko's great about like taking videos on set, and he just posted something today or yesterday that was a ridiculous video of me and him. I'm terrible about that stuff, but he's always taking pictures and video and capturing things and leading that charge.
I love that. And then who's the star of the blooper reel?
Oh gosh. That's a good question. I mean, I think we all probably have some pretty fantastic moments in the blooper reel of mess ups. I just actually asked them to send me one, and maybe I'll post it because it was just, I had, sometimes you just can't get through a line, like it just doesn't go in your brain. And I was having one of those moments, and I kept sitting down and saying it and not quite right. And then I said it once, and I like flipped the order of words, and it sounded so bizarre. I was like, what am I saying right now? So yeah, it's, we've all had those moments.
We definitely have. Well, Ryan, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I can't wait to see how the rest of the season unfolds and the final season. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. It was a pleasure to see you very soon.
Have a good one. Thanks.